Hello, welcome to week 4 for History and Theory of Public Admin. Today I'll be going over Dwight Waldo, Douglas McGregor, Charles E. Lindblom, and then we'll close it out. What I thought most interesting about Dwight Waldo was um, how he really invested and entertained and gained insight from emerging leaders and young theorists. How, like when he was at the academic conferences, he touched base with them and gained their insight. A quote I pulled was, he also sought to define public admin culture, which is on page 95. I think this is a really modern concept to have at that time. I think all the theorists that we went over this week had really modern concepts to be applied. I think it's a modern concept that to invest in your people. Um, and I think my company, my organization does this. You know, they send a lot of us to conferences like NRPA and CPRS so that we can gain that industry knowledge and stay up to um, to industry standards. But I also think it's a great time to, build those relationships with your team, and it just shows that you're valued. And it's not an environment where you're just here to work. It's an environment where, yeah, you're here to work. You get paid to work. We also get paid to learn, and you get paid to invest in yourself. And I think that leads us into our next theorist, Douglas McGregor, where it has those two differences of a leader, theory X, who you're here to work and that's it, and to motivate you, you either get a reward or punishment. And then there's a theorist like Theory Y, um, who they have that relationship with their team where they build that trust and they give them responsibility, um, and they empower their team to make the right decisions. A quote I pulled was, while such laws, principles, or proverbs may be appropriate in a highly disciplined hierarchical organization such as an army, they may become ineffective and even dysfunctional when applied to modern organizations. And, that's theory X. It's like an army. And I put this little guy here, he's theory X, saying, no, you can't do that idea. It's my way or the highway. And then you have your theory Y leader who is saying, yes, let's explore that. Let's try it out. And if it doesn't work, let's go back to the drawing board. So I think this is a really modern way to lead. It's exploring different people's point of views, and it's very collaborative. Um, and I think that leads us into our next theorist, which is Charles E. Lindblom. Um, a theory X leader would say, let's uproot it. It's all garbage. It's my way. I'm the new leader here and I know best. Where a theory Y leader, I really think would implement, like, I really see a lot of benefits in this system. I do see some kinks we can work out. Like, let's build off of this and tweak some things, and just make some adjustments. And a place where I have seen this is recently I serve as a liaison for our Parks and Rec Foundation, and we had a strategic board meeting, and it made me rethink of what are we doing great at, and honestly, I don't think there's enough research for the branch concept. I think a lot of times out there, the resources are always like, let's gut it. So it was really insightful to think about that. Overall, I thought this was a really uh, week full of modern concepts. They're all interconnected with Waldo's listening to youth, investing in training and culture, McGregor's approach to empowering staff, and Lindblom's his approach on just making adjustments. I look forward to your comments. Thank you so much.